morning. Today we've got some rain, sleet and mostly hill snow moving across Northern Ireland, Northern England and Scotland. Southern England seeing some heavy rain, but in between a fair bit of sunshine and just a few showers. I'll have all the details later in the programme.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to see you too, Dan. Good morning, everybody. This morning, well, it's a cold start in the north. It's a milder start as we come further south. And we continue with that north-south divide for the next couple of days in terms of temperatures. We're also looking at outbreaks of rain today with some snow in Scotland above about 150 metres. So we've got showery rain easing in Northern Ireland. We've got some rain at lower levels in Northern England, snow in the hills, and above about 150 metres in Scotland. We're also looking at snow. At lower levels, it's more likely to be rain or indeed sleet, but quite gusty winds. So there'll be some blowing and drifting of that snow, particularly in parts of the Highlands. Now, as we come south of that band, for much of the rest of England and also Wales, it will be dry. There'll be some sunshine, just a few showers, but we've got rain which is moving steadily across the south, and some of that will be heavy. Worth mentioning, it's falling on already saturated ground, as is the rain across northern England, and with a combination of melting snow, there is the risk of localised flooding. So these are the kind of temperatures we're looking at: 3 to 6 in the north, 9 to about 10 as we come further south. Yesterday's top temperature was actually in Cardiff, and it reached 14 degrees. As we head on through the evening into overnight, we still very much have our band of rain, sleet and snow across the northern half of the country. You can see some more rain coming in as well across Wales and northern England, just fringing into Northern Ireland at times. South of that, well, we will see some clear skies, temperatures falling to between 3 and 5. And in the north, we're looking at 1s and 2s with the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. So a quick look at what's happening on Thursday shows us that we still do have this combination of rain, sleet and snow. Most of the snow will be in higher ground, but we could see some of that getting down to lower levels at times. Still quite windy. These are our maximum temperatures, only 2 in Aberdeen to a high of about 10 or 11 as we come further south. But if you like your weather that bit colder at this time of year, it's coming our way for the weekend, where now it's so mild. Dan and Lou. Well, it depends where you are, Dan, because we've got 4 quarters actually. If you have a look in a second, I'll show you what I mean. We've got a bit of everything. It's cold in the north. It's going to remain mild for the next couple of days in the south. Today we've got outbreaks of rain, we've got some sleet, and we've also got some snow, especially so on the hills. So this system here is bringing some heavy rain across southern England. If we look in the middle of the country, we've got some dry conditions, and then we've got snow across the north, and all this milder air. But cold air in the north means that is any rain turning to snow quite readily. In fact, 10 to 20 centimetres above 200 metres. We could see some snow even at 150 metres. Some disruption is quite possible, particularly so in Scotland. But the Transpennine routes today aren't going to be very pleasant to be commuting in. For example, there's still got lying snow and there's some hill snow to come again. So Northern Ireland seeing some rain this morning, Northern England seeing some rain at lower levels, hill snow in the Pennines, hill snow mostly across Scotland, but in some of the heavier bursts, especially later on in the day, we could see some of that getting down to lower levels. But at lower levels, generally, it's sleet or rain, and the snow will be blowing and drifting on the gusty winds. Talking of gusty winds across the English Channel and Kent as well. The fourth quarter, if you like, is across the Highlands, where we're looking at a lot of dry weather and a few wintry showers, but there'll be some sunshine. Temperatures today getting up to about 10 degrees. So yesterday the top temperature was in Cardiff, and that was 14, but still only 3 degrees in Aberdeen. Now through this evening and overnight, we still will have some rain and also some hill snow across northern England and Scotland. We've also got this batch of rain coming up across Wales into northern England, so exacerbating the flood risk. And of course, some of the snow is going to be melting, so that's not helping either. A milder night in the south compared to in the north, and that's how we start the day on Thursday. So still we've got the rain at lower levels and some sleet. We've got hill snow across northern England and especially southern and eastern parts of Scotland. Still blustery winds, so some of that will be blowing, but a lot of dry weather across the rest of England and Wales with just a few showers. Mind you, those showers could be heavy and also thundery, and we're still comparatively mild, 9 to 11 in the south. In the north though, we hang on to the colder conditions. Now, by the time we get to Friday, low pressure that's really driving our weather this week is moving a bit further south. Everything rotates in an anti-clockwise around an area of low pressure. So we're seeing some rain, but we're also seeing some snow. This snow has the potential to be disruptive across northern Scotland. And you can see how the cooler conditions feeding around that low pressure are pushing some showers and lower temperatures in across some southern areas. But it's really as we head into the weekend, you'll notice a real dip in the temperatures in the south where it has been so mild. Lou and Dan, I'm off to fix my teeth. Back to you. Good morning. Today we've got some rain, sleet and snow, more especially on the hills across Northern Ireland, Northern England and Scotland. Heavier rain crossing southern England, but in between some sunshine and just 1 or 2 showers. I'll have all the details later in the programme. That's right. Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. We've got rain, we've got sleet and we've got snow and even some sunshine actually in today's forecast. Most of the rain, sleet and snow is across Northern England and also Scotland, but we do have some rain across southern England and also across Northern Ireland. Now, we've also got the cold air in place across northern areas and the mild air in place across southern areas. But as we go through the next few days, if you look at this chart, the days are changing here. Look how we've got the blues, the yellows, the milder conditions clinging on in the southeast. But then as we head through the weekend, particularly later on in Saturday into Sunday and then Monday, we've got a rash of blues across the whole of the country. And more of us will see some snow. So talking of snow, this morning there still is some falling in the hills in northern England, also across the southern uplands, the central lowlands and into the highlands. Now most of this is falling above 150 metres. At lower levels it's tending to be sleet and also some rain. But later on in the day we could see some of that snow getting down to lower levels across parts of the highlands. Far north of Scotland, sunshine for you, the few wintry showers. And for the bulk of England and Wales away from this system, we're looking at some sunshine, just a few showers. But we've got heavy rain strolling across southern areas and that will exacerbate the flooding risk. For Northern Ireland, today you also have some showery outbreaks of rain, but they should tend to ease a touch as we go through the afternoon. Here in Belfast, highs of 7, 11 in London, but only 4 in Edinburgh. Now, if you are interested in the kind of snow depths we're looking at, above 200 metres in Scotland, we could see between 10 and 20 centimetres of fresh snow falling. So that could lead to some disruption. Through the evening and overnight, you can see why. We've got more snow across the hills in northern England, more snow across parts of southern and eastern Scotland. There'll be blowing and drifting of this snow. And then we've got more rain coming in across parts of Wales and northern England. Now this, combined with some melting snow, means that here too the risk of localised flooding is exacerbated. And we've got temperatures falling to about 1 in Norwich, 2 in Glasgow. So another cold night in prospect. As we head through Thursday, still that combination of rain, sleet and snow, most of the snow on the hills in northern England and also in the hills in southern and eastern Scotland. Better chance of seeing some drier conditions in western Scotland, but there will be showers coming in and some of those showers in the west will be heavy and thundery, but still we're clinging on to the milder air in the south, still cold in the north. By the time we get to Friday, the low pressure that's driving our weather at the moment will have drifted a bit further south. Everything moves around it in an anti-clockwise direction. So you can see we've got rain coming across the coast of Scotland, but then we've got this snow, which could be disruptive. The colder air also filtering around this area of low pressure and bringing in some showers. So we're seeing temperatures dip a touch in the west, but as we head through the weekend, they're going to dip where it's been so mild and by quite a bit as well. Lou and Dan.
Gosh, Carol. So there's been sort of a big difference in temperatures, hasn't there? And that's going to is not going to continue. Then we're all going to get the cold.
That's right. By the time we get into particularly the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then the new week, temperatures where we've had 13 and 14 will be closer to freezing. So that's a huge dip, and more of us are likely on current thinking to see snow. That snow even coming further south, we think at the moment. But I, as always, will keep you updated on that.
Snow again. OK, well, Carol, thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Yes, indeed, Dan, because today there still is some snow in the forecast. We've got rain, sleet and snow. Now, most of the snow is across northern England and Scotland, and most of it will be on the hills. We've also got an area of rain which is currently crossing southern England, and in between some dry conditions. But it's still cold in the north and mild in the south. Is it going to last? Well, let's take a look at this chart. The blues indicate where we've got the colder air, the yellows the milder air. So Thursday, even into Friday, we're still clinging on to the milder air. But by Saturday, Sunday and Monday, the whole of the UK is under the blue, meaning we're all going to feel the cold and more of us will see some snow. Now this morning we're continuing with some sleet and rain, mostly at lower levels, above about 150 metres. It will be snow that you see. So snow in the hills of northern England and also Scotland. But increasingly through the day, we'll see some of that snow get down to lower levels across the north of Scotland, blowing on the cold easterly wind. The showery rain across Northern Ireland easing off a touch through the afternoon. The rain in southern England pushing off to the southeast, and in between a lot of dry weather, some sunshine and just a few showers. But the wind fairly gusty through the English Channel and the Kent coast. Now these are our maximum temperatures, down a touch on yesterday when it reached 14 degrees in Cardiff, but still 10s and 11s, pretty good for this stage in February. In the north though, we still are looking at 3, 4s and 5s, so a bit nippy for you. Talking of the north, for Scotland, the kind of snow that you can expect, the depth, a further 10 to 20 centimetres above 200 metres. So once again, and we continue with that through this evening and overnight. Again, we've got that combination of rain, sleet and also snow. Most of the snow in the hills. Low pressures governing our weather, everything moving around it in an anti-clockwise direction. So we'll see further rain come in across Wales, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Now we've seen a lot of rain, particularly in Northern England in the last few days. So this plus melting snow will actually exacerbate the flooding risk. As we head through tomorrow, we start off with a combination of rain, sleet and snow. Most of the snow in the hills of northern England, southern and eastern Scotland. Western Scotland more sheltered from the easterly wind, so drier for you. But there will be showers across Northern Ireland, parts of England and also Wales, interspersed with some sunshine. But some of those showers could be heavy and thundery. Still cold in the north, still comparatively mild in the south. By the time we get to Friday, our low pressure's drifted farther south. As I mentioned, everything moves around it in an anti-clockwise direction. So we're seeing rain on the coast, but snow coming in across the highlands. And that potentially could be disruptive. And if we carry on round the low pressure, we're seeing further showers coming in. Some of those will be heavy, wintry in the hills, for example, in Wales and Northern Ireland. But note the temperature, because the cooler air is starting to stream in from the west. It's just the far southeast that hangs on to the milder conditions. It's not going to last, so the colder air will get into the south of England, where it has been mild, the same with Wales. And as I mentioned at the top, more of us will see snow, particularly, we think, into the early part of next week. Dan and Lou.
Thank you very much for that, Carol. Nice to spend the morning with you again. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Carol.
Too. Thank you.